That's love.
It is love.
Vinny would have never.
That was our
Vinny
first
hates
step
feet.
as
Well, he just
parents.
doesn't like touching.
Hey, can you massage my elephant legs for me, please?
Yeah. Another one that someone said is loss of bladder control, which we also mentioned before, and the importance of pelvic floor PT, because there are things that you can do, and it doesn't last. Someone commented giant postpartum bowel movements. I never had that problem.
Oh my gosh, I did. So I think that, my organs got, okay, so prior to pregnancy, I had some IBS type symptoms. I have celiacs, like things weren't moving well. I mean, I live on Miralax. I have to take Miralax every day, and I only poop once a day. And after my organs were rearranged, I now poop healthily at least twice a day. And it is it's like consistent in the morning and in the evening at some point, or when Meg adjusts me side posture.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say
I
that.
think I need that before we leave.
Holy shit, literally. I mean, I've never felt fully emptied, and then that is a thing, and some people might not welcome that.
I would love it. I wish it would happen.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry that didn't happen for you. I was surprised that it happened for me because I thought, I'm a lost cause,
Yeah.
Well, I guess you are. Sorry.
I'm a lost.
You're a lost.
Another thing that people say is the pelvic pain flare-ups every time I get my period. Postpartum period, I also was not aware that this was a thing. It's so heavy, and mine took a couple months to level out, and it's gotten better, but I was someone who had really, really heavy periods prior, and then it's just so nice to not have a period for months.
I still haven't
And then you just
nervous.
bam when it comes back, and it's so heavy. I couldn't believe the amount of blood that was leaving my body. But if you're having a lot of pain with it, then we have another episode where we talk about periods, and that might be important for you to go listen to just hear about some ways to help decrease that. So changing the pads and tampons that you're using to more clean ones can definitely help with a lot of the cramping that you're having.
I heard it described, your first postpartum period, described as okay, well, your body just went 9-10 months without a period, and now it's we're ready.
Lost time.
All those periods you didn't have,
I'm back, baby.
we're gonna turn it into one super period.
We're gonna
So, for me, it was
off.
my periods postpartum haven't been they've been a little bit heavier than what I experienced pre-baby, but one thing that was worse postpartum was the cramps. But it was almost in my head, I'm okay, well, this uterus has pushed out a baby, so maybe it's just super efficient now.
I can't wait.
Well, but we have great options here.
Well,
and the Flex, I swear, the Flex Cup was my way to go with it.
And the Earthly Ease the Ache tincture, Dr. Abby and I take that religiously. I'm on day 1 of my period. No cramps. No cramps.
Oh my god, I'm taking that.
Use the code PODPALS
chugging it.
to purchase it off our Shopify.
It's the best. Earthly Wellness, Ease the Ache. It is fantastic.
Alcohol free.
And like I said before, if you go back and listen to that other episode, using a period cup can also be really, really helpful. Another thing that people mentioned and sent in was joint pain, neck, spine, shoulders, hips. And I just had this conversation with a patient today, and I do vividly remember this happening. And it wasn't right away. I feel I was sore after birth, but I feel after a couple months had gone by, probably to the point where he was, Vinny was rolling and bending down and getting on and off the floor, everything in my body ached, and going up and down the stairs, I was so achy. And I think that is, again, just another hormonal shift where it comes on and you're just oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? And it does get better, but it is something that you experience. And I'm going to do another plug for another product that I really love called the Tush Baby. This thing was so helpful, especially if you're someone who has a lot of wrist pain or mother's wrist. and you can put it looks like a fanny pack with a seat on it, and it's great because there's so much storage in it, and you can put your baby on that, definitely like once they're able to sit a little like more upright. You have to keep an arm on them. It does come with like a wrap that if you want you can do that as well to kind of like hold them onto you. But if you use the code ANH Wellness, I think you get like 15 or 20% off. But that's another great thing to just help like protect your body, especially if your baby's going through more of a clingy stage. I use it a lot when we go out, but I just brought it into the house from the car over the weekend because Vinny has been so clingy.
I need one of those. You were talking to me about it.
I'm obsessed with
yesterday.
it.
I need
And if
one.
you have TikTok does like random deals. So I always tell people like you can use the code, or if you go on TikTok and get it, I have it on my TikTok shop in there. They'll always like run a deal because they want you to buy their stuff. So like it just like it's on sale more than you can with get off with the code sometimes.
Yep.
I love it. I think it's great.
Yep. I have to keep reminding myself because I mean I get